Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard
line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Bennett now, off play action. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. Right there, 54, right there, 54.
And here's Bennett, going to throw again. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And now look at him go. 30, the 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Bennett to throw. Off the play fake. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
We go. 50, play. Quit talking about it and bring it. Watch the safety creep. Check, 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 check.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Benham to throw on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars! As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He finds Corey Davis. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, excellent coverage there. Last week he had the interception. One reason why he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
So no jokes about not having hands, right? Because he got the pick last week. This week, he's knocked down a ball in this game so far. Let's see if he can get an interception as this one continues.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 42-yard line.
Come on, set.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go. Check 3, check 3. Recon, 132 fighter.
2nd and 6. Buying time to us. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Well, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken the lead. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, get the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Down, 18, Gator. Line 54. Check. Pilot, 64, weak. Check, 6 guys. Hey, high 7. Mike 5-4.
To throw on second down. Bennett. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On third down, it's King. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the first down.
Here we go. 60 or. Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here we go. Check, crunch. Ready.
On second down, it's Harris. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
I got you, son. You're all mine, baby. Get this. Yes.
On third down, it's King. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you where he had the first.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's their quarterback with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and the lead will shrink to 6. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mariota completes it to Davis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Mariota from the gun on third down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check.
On first down, it's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Bennett looking to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Bennett now, off play action. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Keep playing.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. One. It goes. Three. Recon, 132 fight. One.
To throw Mariota. It's caught. Smith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
44, Mike, 44. And live, 44's to Mike. 44's to Mike.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he's got him in. miss. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. I got one.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Mike. Mike. You don't want to pick up the ball. Check. 53's Mike. Check.
Throwing on second and 14. Mariota got a man. It's Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Mariota now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Hey, switch gears. 61. Matchbox. Right. One.
Now Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up third and long.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Mariota to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on him.
Here's Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On second and 9, Mariota. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Mariota to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. And here's Bennett off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Where are they, team? 3. 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Talvin Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free. They couldn't take it away. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. throwing, Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Bennett. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Bennett to throw. Off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they are silly, and that leads to a play action sack. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking him.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, Whitford on 4th turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes. and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Undercrust, undercrust. One. Scene 6.
Throwing here, Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. To throw is Mariota. And the pressure gets to him again. Telvin Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check. 3 now, 3 now. Yep. Check. Hard. 5.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Tennessee, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.